Is it just me? Or does it just seem like there's more tools available in the knife world? A lot of tools that have recently kind of emerged onto the scene. Different types of tools. And it seems that I'm aware of the phenomenon during the gold rush of the miners basically kind of being the ones that were they made some money, but it's really the vendors and the people who provided the supplies and tools to the miners that did very, very well. And I'm just kind of wondering if however though, with the emergence of all these tools in the knife making world, if maybe there's finally some money in knife making. Now, of course, granted, they're the classic pieces that are now sold, that were made by the makers that passed on some of the timeless classics. Maybe perhaps those, of course, will go for a premium because there's no more being made. But I'm kind of curious if the emergence of all these new tools on the knife making world is an indicator that maybe there's finally a little bit of scratch, a little bit of dinero is to be had in the for me it's a hobby. I'm in the hobby. I'm not new to knife making. I was in the hobby. I was a student for a time, and then I was in the business for a short while. But now I'm in the hobby. I'm a hobbyist. I'm a hobbyist of sorts. I'm a hobbyist of sorts. And I was just wondering, however, it's been a little while out of the game. It's been a while since I've come back to the neighborhood, and I've just seen how for a while I didn't want to drive through the neighborhood, but I noticed there's a little bit of a gentrification to the neighborhood, a little bit of upscale additions to the neighborhood. Quite happy with how the neighborhood's become. It's not a bad thing, and I'm wondering with the emergence of the new tools and the different offerings, maybe knife making is now something I might actually want to transition into as a full-timer. And I mean, I just basically got done spending 21 years formulating an exit strategy to my last job. And it took the whole debacle of 2020 to finally make me mad enough to walk out and seek something new. But maybe I am really, really, really willing to move over into the new knife making world. That's maybe I should move into the new strategy. Maybe I should move into the new profession. Maybe I should make my new profession knife making again, with the seriousness of moving into crafting a product that will endure time and will be of economic viability, economic value. Maybe I need to move into knife making as a skilled profession. So, but I just see a lot of new developments with the tools that are coming out that show me some promise that some of these tools are very advanced. Some of these tools are very developed, and I'm thinking, well, maybe if the new tools are here, that maybe there's some money in knife making after all for me, and maybe I can latch on with my little niche. And right now it was just more of a hobbyist producing content, showing my hobby. But maybe I might actually go back into the game where I have the website and I'm selling my products. Maybe I will move back into that realm after all. I was looking at knife show tables next week is the CKKS. I don't know. I thought about hopping on a train and heading down and maybe catching it on the Sunday, spending the night and heading right back up. Maybe it would be a little hurried, or just take the car. I could take the car, could handle the trip. But I thought about going down there, maybe at least connecting with some of my favorites and shaking hands with the knife makers, and maybe meeting Greg Medford, and maybe buying a Praetorian. I do have a little bit of scratch, but I was thinking I might actually concentrate more on the building products, on the handle products and the wheels, contact wheels. I mean, I only have so much money. It's kind of one of the bad things about being a maker is that a lot of the money for the hobby goes into, at least for this maker, the money for the hobby kind of goes into the parts and whatnot and the tools. And it does kind of take up a lot to where sometimes I can't really fully appreciate my favorite makers because I just don't have any money at the end of the day to buy their items. It's a bit of a catch-22. And I was a consumer for a time. I was telling one person a while back that he asked if I was still making knives. I was making knives still, and I said no. I've moved into being a consumer, and being a consumer is actually more fun. I think being a consumer is fun, and I'm gonna start collecting again until I went ahead and actually put in an order for a upper tier production knife, and never received that knife. Now, for a person, eventually did get my money back, but for a person who's just kind of coming off of that trip and kind of moving into a more softer end of the genre, what's that tell a person when they order an upper end knife after years and years and years of buying equipment and provisions? All of a sudden their knife doesn't make it to the front doorstep? What does that tell them? And it only until after I didn't, I only wanted to help. So after calling Postal Service, I did get my money back. I think maybe calling Postal Service myself might have helped them find out where the trouble was, and I got my money back, and that's that. But it sends I'm moving into the consumer basis. I'm actually trying to bring money to the industry, and what's that tell someone who's coming off of such it wasn't an easy ride, into saying, yeah, I want to go into the softer end where I just kind of pay for the goods and enjoy the goods and put them in my little case and pull them out and show myself and friends every once in a while, or carry them. What's that tell that person when they place their first order and it doesn't make it? It's probably just luck of the draw. It's just luck of the draw. It's just that it was just a bad day for everyone. It was a bad day for me. Well, it was a bad day for me. I can't speak for the other two parties, the Postal Service or the retailer. It was a bad day for me, but I think it was just luck of the draw, and I don't think any foul play was existing there. Get over here. That's somebody else's. Never mind. So, but it's with the introduction of the new tools in the knife making genre, maybe knife making might be a business I'll reconsider dipping my little pinky toe into. But I'm a hobbyist. Right now I'm in the hobby. So don't worry about the haters. Just let the haters worry about you. See you on the next one.